Okay, this meeting of the Ascension Parish Zoning Commission is called to order. It's December 10th, 2025. We are at the Ascension Parish Courthouse, 607 East Worthy Road, Gonzales, Louisiana, Council Chambers, first floor. It is 6 p.m. Pledge of Allegiance, Mr. Kluat, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so roll call of members. I'm going to follow Mr. Scheck-Snyder's pattern and just say all members are present. Staff introductions. Excuse me, sir. We're trying to conduct a meeting. Could you discuss this later, please? Thank you. I'm sorry. Roll call, staff introductions.
Stacy Webb, Recording Secretary for the Zoning.
Brandon O'Day, Information Technologies.
Spencer Long, Parish Attorney.
Thank you.
Derek Poche, Director of Planning and Development.
Lance Brock, Zoning Official.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is the minutes of the November 12, 2025 Zoning Commission meeting. Do we have a motion, comments? Motion by Mr. Jones, second by Ms. Unitas. Any discussion? Cast your votes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None. Chairman's comments, I have none, except I'm hoping the meeting ends early so I can celebrate my birthday. Item 7 is the public hearing to amend. Oh, and by the way, before we get into the public hearing, if anyone has a desire to comment on anything that's on the agenda, please fill out a card, green for positive, red for negative, and you'll have 3 minutes during the public hearing to express your thoughts. So the first, item number 7 is a public hearing to amend the Ascension Parish Development Code for recommendation for the approval or denial to the Ascension Parish Council. Item A is the zoning review ID PZ-3793.25 for Nathan Gotro. It is located on the east side of Babin Road, approximately 285 feet north of LA Highway 74, and it's to amend the Ascension Parish zoning map from medium intensity residential district to mixed use MU2 district. Is there someone here? Sir, please. And just please introduce yourself and give us your address, please. Thank you.
Name's Nathan Gotro, 18189 Diaz Road, Prairieville. What I'm trying to do is rezone this property, on 74 and Babin Road. It's the first part, the part that's on 74 used to be a restaurant, and that's what we want to do with it. It's just been zoned residential. Nobody came forward to ever change it in the last 70 years. And in the back part, there's a shop, like a mechanic shop. And I got to apologize to the folks that live around it because I did lease it out. And the person that leased it was a mechanic, and he started putting junk cars in that area. Well, I had told him even before I got the paperwork to rezone, I had told him he got to move out, get out. But I'd like to still rezone it so I could lease it to a small company, like an air conditioning company or somebody that works off-site, not for an office, kind of a working office is what I'd like to keep it as. So that's my request.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, this is a public hearing for item 7A, zoning review ID PZs 3793.25 for Nathan Gotro. Has anyone signed up to speak, and does anyone want to speak on the issue?
Yes. Justin Bro.
And it'll be your name and address, sir, please.
My name is Justin Bro, 13060 Babin Road. I live on the north border of the property that we are talking about. So the old Diaz grocery store, restaurant, lounge, or what have you, been around forever. And that's, that's understood. That's on the front on 74. But the overall just wholesale rezoning of this entire tract at one time, that not for that. I'm sure Mr. Nate's gonna do a great job and be a great neighbor, but one day, if he sells it, it's all rezoned and you can't go back then, right? So me and my family, we're okay with the front part, the restaurant. In fact, I think a lot of neighbors are looking forward to the restaurant opening. But the back piece, that's a whole nother ballgame. We're not for that. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Wanda Singletary.
Wanda Singletary, 13055 Babin Road. I have been living there since October 1977. And where this property is, we had a neighbor. That was a mechanic. And it was a disaster. I have lived with this for probably 40 years until the poor man died. That's what we're all afraid of. We have no problem. I have no problem. We've been waiting, I think, for 6 months for the restaurant to come up. But to put that into that mixed use where it can be done with just about anybody, you can't control mixed use. And that was my problem, is that it may be a air-conditioned shop today, but if it goes under, what are you going to put there? Are you going to put something that has hazardous waste there? A lot of us still use the natural water there. We have water wells. It's not all, city water. And that was my main concern, is that building, and I'm so glad he apologized, because we had a lot of problems with this. The windows were rattling, okay, in all of our houses. But that, again, he didn't know that, but I'll take that. But my biggest problem is that it's what's going to happen down the road, because we can't change this. I hope the restaurant is successful, and I just do. But I do understand that he's trying to rent everything he can to pay the bills. I understand that totally. And if he could guarantee that he would never put anything hazardous there or uncontrollable, it would be fine. But other than that, I am like Mr. Bro and his wife, Ms. Diaz. I would like to just cut it off to the front property and not the back property.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Sandra Bursajay.
I live at 13039 Babin Road. I have to agree with Justin and with Wanda. My house is across from this shop. And if someone else comes and says, we're not going to do this and not going to do that, and probably don't tell him the truth what they want, and we get stuck with the same thing, then we're in trouble again. We've been through this before. I don't want to go through it again. The restaurant is fine. Would love to have that. But as far as the rest of that property and this, what he did not know was happening was a lot of problems for us. I could not hear my TV with the windows open, closed and everything, with all the noise that was going on, and even till late at night. Should not happen. Therefore, I agree with them. Rezone the front, leave this alone.
Thank you. All right, thank you. Public hearing is closed. Commissioners? I'm sorry, Mr. Brock.
Yeah, staff recommends to deny the rezone to mixed-use twos. as requested due to the Ascension Parish vision map reflecting the property as residential neighborhood.
Okay, thank you. All right, commissioners, any discussion or action? Mr. Scheck-Snyder?
Mr. Brock, a question for you. Parcel ID 5142800, that's the front portion.
Yes.
Do we have the authority to just allow to rezone that portion of the property and not the other two pieces?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Mr. Miller?
So his application is to rezone all three of the parcels?
Yeah, his application's 3, but they're done they're advertised separately.
Okay. And the mechanic shop that was in one of those portions, that was a non-conforming previously?
Not really. There's something that just went in and.
Right, they did, okay.
Yeah, correct, yeah. I would also.
The restaurant, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I would also ask, if you decide to do that, ask the applicant if he's, would,
Amend
if he
his
wants all of them,
application.
yeah, amend his application, yeah. I would suggest that.
The restaurant that they're talking about, that front parcel along 74, that's also a residential currently?
Yes, sir, RM,
Okay.
and that's non-conforming.
Also non-conforming?
Yes, sir.
You got all kind of out of whack,
Yeah. So, first, Mr. Gotro? Yes, sir. You gonna ask him?
Yeah. How you been?
Could we put the restaurant and the little piece of property behind it? It's just a small, little thin piece with the restaurant. I know it's a different parcel, but it's just a thin piece that we can use for parking or something, for the people that work in the restaurant.
Well, the first thing I just want to ask is, would you be willing, if we were to decide to just allow that front portion, would you be willing to amend your application to just include that?
Yeah, if y'all deny, I can't use the back part, of course.
Well, and I think the whole thing is obviously this property has been around way before zoning. I know Kevin well. I've eaten at the restaurant many a times. But once we really get off that 74 frontage, that is kind of the delineation, and that is what our zoning changed. Now, if you wanted to combine the properties, what is that? Item parcel 2,07990 and 5142800, you wanted to combine that as one piece of property and have that eventually rezoned, or make it a PUD, there are other avenues that you could do that give a little bit extra, but it gives the residents their assurance that what is gonna go there is gonna stay there. So there are some other options other than just a blanket rezone.
I'm open to be able to use it, that back corner, that's the one that's up for discussion. I don't think the other two parts are being
Thank you, sir.
denied. They're good with the restaurant, and there's another part is right behind the restaurant. There's a little slim piece of property. That's another lot that I'd like to be able to use that, at least for the employees parking for the restaurant, because that's how small it is. It's got a mobile home on it right now, but I intend to move that. So it's just a second part. And the third part is what we're arguing about,
Okay.
the shop.
I'm going to allow one more question, and then I'm going to be asking for any other commissioners or a motion.
Okay.
One more question.
Mr. Brock, what the applicant is saying is parcel ID 200079990 has an existing mobile home on it. If we were to potentially rezone or leave it, he would still be able to use a parking lot. He could make a parking lot there is that correct?
Not if the intended use is for parking for the restaurant, for
Okay.
that use. I've had that
You've had that?
interpretation before.
Okay.
Yeah, I've asked it before from legal counsel.
Okay. Those are my questions.
Thank you, sir.
One other thing.
Mr.
So,
Miller?
Also, because there's a home on it, you would not be able to combine those two parcels because then you'd have essentially two residences on one lot.
It would be a residence, and then the other one would be, does he have another residence on the other one? I'm sorry.
I know it's a
No,
restaurant,
he-
but
Yeah, the restaurant would not be considered a residence, so he would be allowed to have one residence per lot of record.
okay.
Any other commissioners? Do we have a motion to recommend either approval or denial to the parish council? Do we have a motion?
I make a motion to deny.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Cluett to recommend denial to the parish council. Do we have a second?
Yeah, I'll second that.
Have a second by Mr. Villa. Do we have any discussion?
Yeah. I'm okay with the first lot. The second lot, I can see both ways, and the third lot, I'm definitely not, I'm not in agreement. If we were to do that, Mr. Brock, how would we propose a motion just for that one portion?
I would call those lots out, those
Okay.
lots that you're, recommending.
Okay. Then, knowing that, I'd like to make.
Wait, we already have a motion on the floor.
Right, I'm gonna make a substitute motion.
Okay, substitute motion.
I'd like to make a substitute motion to recommend approval to the council for recommend approval to the council for parcel 5142800, and recommend denial to the council for parcel 200079990 and parcel 5041200. That is my substitute motion.
So we have a substitute motion on the floor. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Cluett. Any discussion on that motion? Okay, then cast your votes. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Nay. So the motion is approved, 5 yeas with Mr. Jones and Nasser voting no. Next item on the agenda is the public hearing for item 7B, zoning review ID PZ 3801.25 for Earls and Associates LLC on behalf of Ray Scheck-Snyder. This is located on the south side of Melanson Road, approximately 250 feet east of Louisiana Highway 22, to amend the Ascension Parish zoning map from rural district to crossroads commercial district. Sir.
Hey, Earls and Associates representing Mr. Ray Scheck-Snyder on the following rezoning request. It's been long that Highway 22 in this area has been zoned rural, but obviously things have changed in the last 20 years. It's a highly trafficked area, and it's always been my opinion that we should shun or just not encourage residential development off of these major highways. And part of doing that is to start doing some kind of rezoning in this. There is a lounge to the south of this property. There's a commercial development, a store just to the west of Highway 22. Then you have the major intersection right there where Fisherman's One stop and all that. So, like I said, we want to get school buses off major highways and stop residences from building off of major highways and turn them more into residential developments or commercial developments and businesses and office plexes and stuff like that. So we're making a motion to ask for a rezoning request.
Okay, thank you, sir. This is a public hearing on item 7B, zoning review ID PZ-3801.25 for Earls and Associates LLC on behalf of Ray Scheck-Snyder. Ms. Webb, anyone to speak? No one signed to speak. Okay, the public hearing is closed. Mr. Brock.
Staff recommends to deny the Crossroad Commercial as requested due to the existing surrounding zoning and the Ascension Parish Ascension Parish vision map reflecting the property as a state subdivision.
Okay, thank you. Commissioners, any discussion? Motion, anything?
Would the parish or the staff would recommend maybe a different zoning besides Crossroad Commercial, a mixed use or mixed use 2 or something like that? Just to get, like I said, we should be pushing to get everything along these major highways from being residents. And this would be a great step because it kind of conforms with most of the stuff in the area.
Spencer, if we've got this on the agenda, are we able to accept an applicant requesting a different zoning that's on the agenda?
I think he would need to do another application, is my opinion.
And if that's the case, then
I would advise he pull this one, and you would not make a motion on it, and it'd be reapplied.
sir?
What is the council's, what would be all,
Well, we don't, I can't predict what the vote is going to
exactly.
be.
But we are open for discussion.
but
So
the staff-
what would you like to see in this area? 'Cause like I said, this area is booming. It's heavily trafficked. This is not a rural area. I mean, it probably gets 20, 30,000 cars probably a day passing, coming from Livingston through Ascension to Donaldsonville, crossing Sunshine Bridge. So,
I mean, look, again, I can't predict what the vote's going to be, and I don't want to get into a whole big, long discussion about that without actually taking a vote, right? The staff is recommending denial, and sometimes that, sometimes and most times that influences what we do, some of us or all of us. So it's really kind of up to you, you know?
well, Lance, would y'all would be in favor of a different form of MU2?
I've got one question.
Okay.
What is the
Mr. Miller.
proximity to the area that we rezoned commercial, Conservation 5, those large tracts?
Yeah, it's further north of the property.
This is
Yeah.
much further north of that?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is further south. This is towards Sorrento area and all that.
This isn't far from Airline Highway
Yeah.
and on 22. This is
Right outside
probably,
the-
well, less than a quarter of a mile from there, and then, yeah.
This is about Fisherman's, one stop? Okay.
Okay, go
It's
ahead,
pretty
Mr.
much dead between Airline Highway and Fishman, one stop right there.
Do I expect? I mean, shakes not.
My biggest issue is this area, it is in a flood zone. Encouraging commercial development in a flood zone is not something I'm very fond of. I know the area. I lived at a house right across the street from this, and that house is 9 feet off the ground. I don't think this is the smartest move for us at the moment, but I do understand that the transition times are coming. But that being said, I'll make the motion.
Well, we'll pull it then if.
Yeah,
it,
I would make
yeah.
a motion to recommend a denial.
Well,
unless you wanna pull it.
let's go ahead and try to pull it then, yeah.
Okay.
Up for more discussion.
Okay, thank you. We'll expect to see you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Next item on the agenda, so we don't have to take any action to have that removed, the applicant requested. Next item on the agenda is 7C, zoning review ID PZ 3822.25, Lot 4B for Mickey Robertson, I guess representing Patricia Catalano, located on the north side of LA Highway 621, approximately 3,350 feet west of LA Highway 44, to amend the Ascension Parish zoning map from rural district to medium-intensity residential. Is there someone here to speak on this?
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Benny Johnson. I'm here to represent the family, Catalano family, for the property. Be glad to answer any questions. It's basically trying to clean up a split zoning on this piece of property. Here's what the request
Just
is
ask you really
about.
quickly, it's a split zoning, but from my understanding, the split zoning was something that had been decreed by a court at some point.
Yes, sir. It was done by decree of a court, and what we're doing to protect the integrity of that decree is we're creating a third lot. I live on William Ficklin next door to my mother-in-law. The lot to the west of me is wooded. We're going to create that as a separate lot and increase the setbacks or the property lines off of William Ficklin to 400 feet. So 400 feet back to where the existing split zone is created. We were just requesting that that area be rezoned to match what's already on the 621 end.
Okay, thank you, sir. Ms. Webb?
Kip Sheets.
Okay, this is a public hearing on item 7C, zoning review IDPZ 3822.25, Lot 4B for Mickey Robertson, Patricia Catalano. Is there anyone that is going to speak?
Kip Sheets?
Sir?
Yes.
It's all right. I kind of mumbled a little bit that time.
3 Highway 621. Me and my extended family live right across this property. Highway 621, I think we all know about that. It's probably one of the busiest highways in this area. we already have trouble getting out of our driveway to get on 621. And with this coming up, with the possibility, it's gonna be very hard now to get out, get back on 621. Is there any way the openings for this subdivision could come off of William Ficklin Road, where off of William Ficklin Road from 44 to Airline Highway, you got a straight shot with hardly no traffic. But like I say, the 621 traffic is, like I say, a lot of time we can't get out. So that's the only thing I'd like to comment on.
Right now, we're not actually considering, I mean, I get your point. Right now, we're not considering the subdivision. That would be something that would come up before the planning commission at some point in the future.
So that'll come up later today, or that'll be another time?
That'd be at another meeting. They haven't applied, that's not been applied for.
Okay,
So right now, we're just looking at zoning the property.
okay, all right, thank you.
But appreciate your comments. I
right.
know where you're coming from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nolan Babin.
I'm Nolan Babin, 40234 Highway 621. I'm a property owner on the east side of this whole property. I've been here for 75 years.
Excuse me 1 second. Excuse me 1 second.
Okay,
go ahead.
I thought this was for the subdivision. I'm concerned about traffic. I'm also concerned about water.
Yes, sir.
When it does get developed, and that's why I think it should stay rural. What does it mean? What's he trying to approve? To get permission so a subdivision can be built?
The zoning that's being requested would allow certain uses on that property. And once that zoning is granted, then whatever uses are allowed under that zoning classification could take place on that property, subject to certain conditions.
Thank you.
So if it's a subdivision, there are certain subdivision requirements that he would be held to when that came before the planning commission.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Amelia Babin.
Yes, sir. I live at 40234 Highway 621. That was my husband. We were concerned, and I guess we just kind of jumped the gun on the subdivision. But it is a very, very dangerous place. Between 40200 to 40281, I can't even begin to tell you how many wrecks we have and how many times we've been out of electricity, how bad the bridge is, how bad the road is. We have a bad time trying to get out in the morning and in the evening. And after 4 o'clock in the morning, you can't sleep. We live in an older house, which is off the ground. So we hear everything. So I guess we've jumped the gun. Thank y'all so much for your time.
Thank you, ma'am.
David Chauvin.
Hi, my name is David Chauvin. I'm one of the property owners of 40164 Highway 621, which is adjacent to the property that they're requesting a rezoning. I'm not real familiar with all the rules, regulations, jargon, terminology, that kind of stuff. So I'm assuming the rezoning is exactly what is it? I think a lot of us are a little confused on exactly what the rezoning, what they're trying to do, or what it's going to do.
Okay, let me try to get an answer for you real quickly. Just hold 1 second. So, Mr. Brock, this may be helpful. So right now they're asking for a rezone from rural, which has certain allowed uses that could be placed on the property, and medium intensity residential, which then allows other uses on that property.
And
so under the medium intensity residential, the uses that are allowed are
Single-family.
single-family homes. So they're asking to rezone this property from this rural designation to a zoning that would allow for single-family homes.
Okay, and maybe this is jumping the gun, but I'm not sure. So forgive me for anything that I'm not familiar with. Two things come to mind, because I was raised there. I used to walk from that bridge on 621, and some of y'all may remember the old corner store where the post office used to be. Had the old twist lock boxes. I have to go check the mail. I can tell you this, one of my concerns is if you rezone it to that, what does that do to the property taxes? Even though they're building the subdivision, we still have property adjacent to it. We're struggling now to pay the taxes on it. So does that increase, decrease taxes for us? And does it change the requirements for property insurance on that? So that's the two things, because I'm sure a lot of the older ones that still have a couple of acres there, most of us on set incomes, and we're struggling now to pay the property taxes on it. So those two things are really big in our book. The other thing is, 2 weeks ago, my son got run over by a car on Highway 621. That's the other concern. A car broke down in the road. It's 11:30 at night. There's no walking lanes. There's no lanes to pull over. There's no lighting. So he pulled in a private driveway, walked out of his car, went to help this person. Two other people were out there that stopped, pull off at different areas, flashing other cars so they could see. Several cars passed by, no problem. One car didn't see him. He was underneath the car, and the car hit him probably 60 plus miles an hour. How he didn't get killed, I don't know. State troopers, the local police, and the ambulance drivers all said it's a miracle he didn't get killed, and the lady that he was trying to help. So I can tell you this, it's a nightmare on 621. I still maintain my grandparents' property, picking up trash in the ditch like I've been doing for the last 50 years. And I can tell you, it scares me, because I'm picking up trash that other people just throw in the ditch. And these cars...
I've given you quite a bit of extra time. So
Right,
I'm gonna
yeah.
ask
So
you to wrap it
my
up.
whole point is, there's a whole lot of things to consider here. Traffic is horrendous. Property taxes, from what I understand, could increase considerably. So could insurance. So I'm asking that they really think long and hard about this, because it's going to affect a lot of elderly people who've been living there for a really, really long time.
Okay, thank you, sir.
And I'm not for it at this time.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Ms.
Blaine
Webb?
Babin.
You're opposed or for? Or you just don't want to speak? Doesn't wish to speak. Thank you. Anyone else?
I have 3 that doesn't wish to speak. That's 4.
Okay, for 4, okay.
Tina Johnson, Philip Catalina, and Michael Catalina, and Benny Johnson.
Okay. Public hearing is closed. Is this the property, I want to make sure that I've got this right. Is this the property that's right there by Port Cochere, Orleans, on 621, right by the little bridge? Okay, so okay, thank you. So, when you talk about safety, a couple of years ago on Easter Sunday, a truck ran through my daughter's house, right there at Orleans and 621.
Right across the street. I was there the night that happened. I saw
Yeah. So I can attest to the danger on 621.
Matter of fact, if I remember right,
Okay.
they had a young baby.
Yes,
The baby was supposed to be in that room,
yes,
but they had the baby in the living room, and it's a good thing they did because
yes,
I saw the wreck happen.
exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right. So, brings back memories. Okay, commissioners, Mr. Brock.
To accept the RM district medium intensity as requested, based on the current split zoning and the Ascension Parish vision map reflecting the property as residential neighborhood.
Okay, commissioners, any discussion? Mr. Schexnayder, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with this area, and I did speak with the applicant. I do understand the plight. The way I see it is whether or not what they plan to do with the property, that's something that we would judge at a later date. But really, this is correcting what the property really should be scheduled for, which is residential. I think that we need to correct what the courts did and should have done, and let's get this rezoned. And then if they want to somehow look at developing this, the stringent requirements for traffic and everything else that they would have to go through, that's where, a lot of your concerns would absolutely be addressed. I do have one quick thing to mention to Mr. Chauvin. Your property taxes and property insurance, I can just tell you for zoning and planning purposes, we as a commission, we are not allowed to consider a positive and/or negative effect of your taxes or anything else, assessments, you name it. We're not allowed to even consider those things. And then property insurance requirements, we would not even be able to be warranted. So you might have some valid reasoning behind that, but we are not allowed to even consider those things. But those are the questions, statements I had.
How many acres is this?
The total being requested is about 9.6, I believe.
9.6 acres.
Yes, sir.
Commissioners, any other questions, conversation? Mr. Miller?
What's the 400-foot setback that he's saying, off of 621?
No, it's off of William Ficklin Road.
William Ficklin.
Yes, sir, correct, yes.
So he's gonna move that setback from.
That's
William Ficklin
correct.
400 feet.
On one of the
And that's gonna remain
printouts I
rural?
did, yes, sir, that's gonna stay rural, yes, sir.
And then from 621 to that line.
That's
will be-
correct.
be
Yes, sir.
Okay. I thought I heard him say 621, which it wasn't, well, he's already in the residential, the medium intensity. All right, now I understand.
Any other comments, questions?
Make a motion to approve the zoning request as stated to the parish council.
Mr. Kluat makes a motion to recommend approval to the parish council.
Second.
Second by Mr. Schexnayder. I almost said Wagensback again. I don't know why. Any discussion amongst the commissioners?
Just don't understand why they have that split zone in there.
You want to ask that question?
What is the purpose of the split zoning currently?
It was based on something that occurred across the street for a subdivision.
Okay.
And it was something that was kind of, I guess, they did this to get, to get something out. I mean, basically, yeah.
But it wasn't a request by the
No,
property owners.
it was not
It's something
anything
that
with the
was directed
parish,
by the
no,
court
I agree,
as
no.
a-
It was something
as
that
a
was done
mediation.
based on a court, a judgment.
Because it seems to be a spot zone in its own, because there's a different zoning category just to the east of it. Okay.
Okay, commissioners, any further discussion on the motion? You want to cast your votes to, the motion is to recommend approval to the parish council as requested by the applicant. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? We have one, so the motion passes 6-1 with Ms. Unitas voting no. Next item on the agenda is the staff report.
No report.
No report. Next item is adjourned. Meeting's adjourned.
Thank you.